Yes, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Come on, everybody. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there. And comments. I like your comments. And thanks for all the comments I got yesterday. And some requests. A request from Catherine. Catherine, who's been very much supporting this channel since the word go. And read all my books. Even gets a mention. Don't you, Catherine? Yeah? She wants no milk today. No milk today, eh? Well, I will do that tomorrow. But I've got another request from somebody who calls it Jam somebody or other. He wants a song very much like The Streets of Laredo, so I'll do that at the end. But I'm going to talk today about some of the nastiest bastard jailers I ever met whilst I was working in the prisons. Let me start with the horrible hospital officer who was notorious there. Used to shout at all the inmates at Strangeways. He was a hospital officer there. I'm sure I don't really want to name him. He may still be around. I very much doubt it, the way he was going. But that's quite a long time ago now. But yeah, he used to shout at the inmates, racially abuse them on a regular basis, and abused me as well. Said I was a communist, an agitator, a red under the bed. Well, I wasn't, actually. What I was trying to do was get some common sense into the system so that we could actually have conditions that were suitable for occupation by human beings, not just by animals. Because the conditions at Strangeways at the time, no indoor sanitation, 3 men in a cell. We had virtually 2,000 inmates at one time. 2,000 inmates in a jail built for 975 over a century before. Yeah, it was disgraceful. Yeah, and his name was John, by the way, John B. He's referred to in my book, the second in the series, and in the third part of the book, third part of the series, he's mentioned, and attacked me one Christmas Day. We were working together on a clinic on I-Wing, and because I lived 10 miles away and he lived at Prestwich about 2 miles away, I said, listen, I cannot go home. We were working together, you see. I said, so we got 2 hours between us for dinner. You take my dinner break and I'll stay and do the clinic, look after it, make sure everybody's okay, and watch the inmates, and you go and have my lunch break so you can go at 12:30, come back at 2:30. All right, and he said, that's very kind of you. John, go and do it. Said, I can't do it. I said, if I could do it, I'd go home and see my wife and family, but you can. So anyway, off he went. He went about 12:20, came back about 2:45. He'd been gone 2.5 hours, and he was in an absolutely filthy mood when he came back. I said to him, well, what's up, John? I said, you got a face like a slapped ass. I was sat behind the desk in the clinic. I'd prepared all the medication, drawn all the syringes up for the diabetics and all the rest of it. We were ready to go. And he jumped over the table, grabbed me with his hands round my neck, and started to throttle me. Well, there was gallon jars of Largactil, medication everywhere, syringes drawn up, and I thought, well, I'm going to fight back. This place is going to be trashed. It'll be like a scene from a John Wayne movie. So I had to do my best to protect myself, but all I did was try to push him away, and there was a terrible amount of racket, and 2 discipline officers who happened to be passing the clinic came in and pulled him off. But by this time he'd damaged my throat, so I sent for the duty principal officer, who came up and said, we'll get somebody else to work with you now. We'll take John and he can work in the main hospital. I said, he's drunk. He's assaulted me and I want you to do something about this. He said, well, that's what I'm doing. So that was the end of that. I had to go to the hospital on the way home, and they told me to go and see my doctor and gave me some medication for my damaged larynx, is what they said. And he went on with that. He was a very dangerous man. He used to assault the prisoners, abuse them. So he was one of the nastiest bastard jailers. I had trouble with the jailers, me. Not with the inmates. I mean, I tried to treat the inmates as I would expect to be treated myself. I even tried to do that with the staff. It didn't really work. Another one of the horrible hospital officers, another hospital officer actually, had a real opinion. He's in the third book. I call him Billy Whiz, yeah? Bobby Whiz, actually. Bobby Whiz. His name wasn't Billy, it was Bobby. And he got it into his head that he was going to speak to me in a manner which I was not accustomed to be spoken. And so I said to him, listen, Bobby, don't talk to me like that. If you want to see me, stick me in front of the governor or the chief officer, and we'll deal with it there. You can use the disciplinary code as it's meant to be used, but I'm not going to speak to you. So I walked off to do my job. I was working at the time on the hospital main ward, up the stairs at the end of A wing on the landing on the hospital block. As I went to walk up, he ran up behind me. I had a cup of coffee in my hand, ran up behind me, grabbed me by the back of my collar and tried to drag me down the stairs. Tried to drag me right down the pretty steep stairs, you know. I had a coffee in my hand. So I had a white tunic on, you know, a hospital officer's outfit. So I had to defend myself and gave him a little reminder that it wasn't quite so easy as he thought. Boom! Right on the snot box. He tumbled down the stairs, flat out on the floor. I got suspended for that. What am I going to do? If I'd allowed him to drag me backwards down the stairs, he could have broke my bloody neck. That was the last day I worked at Strangeways, I tell you. I went home. Well, they suspended me straight away. Suspended me from duty. Said I had to report to the chief officer. I thought, I tell you what. I went and got my coat, all my equipment, put it in my rucksack, and got on my push bike, threw my keys in, and that was it. I never ever went back to Strangeways again. So talk about if they were doing that to me as a hospital officer, as a discipline officer, as a member of the staff, what were they doing to the inmates? You can read all about it in my books, folks. I'm not trying to sell you a book. You can get it on Kindle. It's virtually free. Or they've got the audio book. I highly recommend that. So that was just a couple of the most horrible bastards I met. But I did meet others that used to urinate in the soup and mix up muck into the prisoners' food. And they were just deplorable, ignorant bastards. I mean, what they get out of that? I said to one officer who was pissing in a tureen of soup, I said, and what's that all about? He said to me, that'll teach the bastards. I said, it won't teach them anything. I said, there's only you and me know that you've done that. I said, and they're just going to get the soup. So I reported him to the duty principal officer, who said to me, Mr. Sutton, get about your duties. Seriously. Strangeways. Those were the days. I don't think they do it now, do they? Because we've got the whole NASTIEST system now. It would be a little bit more difficult to piss in the to urinate into the soup, wouldn't it? You'd have to get the tureen on the floor. Anyway, this is a song that was originally sung by Marty Robbins. Of course, you've got to have the warning, folks. That's the song dinger. Yes, Catherine. I'm the king of the song dingers. Yeah, it's just a warning. You know, because I know that some people find my singing quite offensive. My wife does. She don't like my singing, you know. I'll tell you what else she don't like. See this hairy face? She don't like me giving her a kiss. She says it's a horrible experience. 55 years we've been married. And just because I've got a werewolf, she objects. Anyway, sod that. Here we go. This was an original song by Marty Robbins. Yeah. When I met my wife, we were at a castanet club. You know what castanets are? Spanish castanets. Yeah, we just clicked. Anyway, this is Marty Robbins' song. It's The Hanging Tree. Because Jam wanted something along the lines of the Streets of Laredo, so I had a look and I came up with this. Sincerely hope you like it. If you do, see me tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on the sick parade. I've got a syringe full of something that'll cure your problems. I came to town to search for gold and brought with me a memory. And I seem to hear the night wind cry, go hang your dreams on the hanging tree, your dreams of love that could never be. Hang your faded dreams on the hanging tree. I searched for gold, and I found my gold, and I found a girl who loved just me, and I wish that I could love her too, but I'd left my heart on the hanging tree. I'd left my heart with a memory and a faded dream on the hanging tree. Now there were men who craved my gold and meant to take my gold from me. When a man is gone, well, he needs no gold, so they carried me to the hanging tree to join my dreams and memory. Yeah, they carried me to the hanging tree. To really live, you must also die. And it happened just that way with me. They took the gold and set me free. And I walked away from the hanging tree. I walked away from the hanging tree. And my own true love, well, she walked with me. That's when I knew that the hanging tree was a tree of life, new life for me, and a tree of hope, new hope for me, and a tree of love, new love for me. Oh, the hanging tree, yeah, the hanging tree. There you go. That was The Hanging Tree, originally recorded by Marty Robbins. And I expect that you lot have got something in mind now, but leave the rope out, eh? I know it was bad, but it weren't that bad, was it? Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton.